Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel today, wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to ask the question, is it over? Is what over? Is the dip over? Or are we going down further? Are we going to go sideways? When is there going to be a breakout? Are we going to have alt season? Will Bitcoin make a new all-time high? All of these questions I've been asked and more, and we're going to attempt to answer those in just a moment. Before we do, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. Of course, does help support the channel, as does all of your wonderful comments. Thank you so much. All right, so let's answer the question that on everybody's lips, is it over? And I thought this Bitcoin accumulation trend score chart is a telling story. You can see that this was the strong accumulation phase, and now we are in the distribution phase. And this is why we are seeing a sell-off. And so I do not think that the dip is over. First of all, I don't think that the bull run is over. That's number one. Number two, I don't think that the dip is over either, unless we see some data come out on Wednesday from the Fed where they decide to cut rates. If they decide to cut rates, I think this distribution time could be at an end and we could move back into a bit of a pump there. But you can see how this distribution phase right now is in full flight. Now, I do think possibly that we could also go sideways for a fair bit longer as well. Now, the Fed is going to decide on Wednesday if there is going to be rate cuts. Right now, the market is pricing in like a 1 or a 3% chance of that happening. So you're saying there's a chance. There is a chance, but there's a very small chance because inflation has come down. The PPI, the CPI, and the core inflation numbers, are all three of them are down, and we haven't seen that happen since July, I believe, of 2024. So that's positive. Unemployment is up. Sad for those that have been made unemployed, but as far as chances of a rate cut goes, that's also a positive. I think the Fed is going to probably go on the side of caution and wait for the May, June. There are two opportunities for the Fed to cut rates, either in May or June or both. And there is the high probability now the market is pricing and there will be rate cuts in May or June. Now, obviously, that is contingent upon further CPI data coming out to support that and employment numbers and other economic factors. Now, as far as it goes with what Powell is going to say after the rate cut decision, really that's tended to be what the market has waited for and what his tone is and whether it's going to be bullish or bearish. And so that will be very, very interesting. Let's look at the Bitcoin charts, therefore, however, and you can see we are still in a downtrend. Now, on the daily chart, you can see that we've not made a higher high. There's a lower low. And if we were to make a higher high, we're going to have to come all the way up here around the 90s of 1,000. However, we could, if we come back here and made a higher low here, like if we come to the Tribal Trades trend line, one line to rule them all, and that's held up as some support there, we could actually find a higher low here, and then we only have to get up this candle here, which is around the high there at around 85,000 and change. Okay, so that would be the new goal, and that would be just basically breaking above the 200 EMA on the daily. Now, on the daily time frame, if we can do that, this could be a nice entry on any kind of a pullback. As you can see here, we got a pullback to the 50 EMA. Came back a couple of times. This one didn't quite touch. This one touched, and we got some support there on the 50 AM on the weekly, which is sitting at around 77,000 right now. Now, the 200-day moving average, which I did share in the Discords yesterday, that if we reject it from there, which we did, there would be a nice short to downside to 83,100. I shared that in the Discord. Those who got in on that play to short the market and have learned the leverage trading. If you want to learn how to make money on the way down, leverage trading, the links are below in the description of this video. Just click the more button, that will pop out. And there is the Tribal Trades Discord. Now, it's currently closed. And of course, you can get on the wait list for that. There's email address there, or the Stocks with Josh Discord. There are 2 links there for 2 different signups. So we do those live leverage classes, trading sessions there in the Discord if you would like to learn how to trade leverage responsibly and safely. And that means also you can use leverage at 1x. So it's like a spot buy. It's like you would buy Bitcoin here at 84,100 and then you would sell it for a profit at 83,100. To learn how to do that and learn how to do that safely and responsibly, you can join me in the Discord. Tons of education and of course entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And so all those details are in the description of this video below. Okay, so as you can see, this was given in the Discord, and those are where the opportunity to make money really is. And so if you look on the daily, however, if we do come down and make a higher low, this could be a nice little entry here around this level, or as long as we don't go below this candle here, which is down at 76,600. And so we could come even below here. We could come down to 78, and this still could be a fantastic entry. And that's what we're looking for. And then we could ride this up. And if it comes up and makes a higher high, then we have a trend reversal. Okay, we have a trend reversal. And then, of course, there would be another pullback where we would experience another higher low, and that could be an entry. So there's a couple of opportunities for entries there. You can kind of front run it and get it on another lower high, or you can wait for it to come up and make a higher high and break above this. Now, of course, if this move is not finished and we just continue to the upside, then we may need to wait for our higher low. However, if this move is finished, which it looks like it could well be finished because the stock market this morning is looking a little red, and if that continues, Bitcoin struggles to thrive when the stocks are going down there. And so that's what we would look for in an entry there. Again, you've got the low. There's still a lower low and a lower high. So it's still a bearish trend. However, if we come back and make a higher low, there could be an entry there. Now, of course, if it fails and we come up and reject against the 200-day moving average or the 200 or the Fibonacci here, you just get out of the trade and the profit that you got. If it comes down here to around 78, you could just get out on any kind of rejection, any major trend line or Fibonacci. Again, we give you that support in the Discord there with updates in regards to that. And then, of course, if it continues to go to the upside and rejects, you can actually take profit on the higher high and then get back in on a higher low. So that's what we're looking for. And I'll show you on the 4-hour time frame here how that could play out. And the 4-hour time frame is probably the most tradable time frame right now. And this is exactly how it can work. So this is what we're looking for to be replicated on the daily time frame. There's the low. Okay, there's the higher high, because there's the high there that was made at 84. And so we make a low, and now we've made a higher high. Okay, where do we get in on the trade? On the lower, a higher low. There's the higher low, there's the low, there's the higher low, but we got the confirmation. So you get in on the retest of the confirmation on the Tribal Trades trend line. Come on, people. And we teach you how to draw trend lines in the Discord as well. And so that goes to the upside now. And what have we done here? So here's the entry right here on that higher low. The take profit target is here on the rejection. Now, we didn't quite get to the 200 EMA on the daily, so don't be afraid to stop out and profit. Don't go, oh, I'm still waiting for it to get to the 200 EMA. No, it didn't get there. Stop out and profit. That's okay. Stop out and profit. And now where do you get back in? You get back in here on the, again, we have another higher low. I get tongue twisted there with all the lower lows and lower highs and higher lows. And so now we have 1, 2, 3, and of course we have easy as 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking to break above the 200 EM on the daily and set yet another. Now, rejection here at any point around here, then that's obviously now we're setting a lower high. And this has just been a little mini uptrend in the larger scale downtrend. That's why I'm looking for on the daily to set some of those patterns in place. But these are still tradable. You can still make this money here because, number one, you can short from here, take profit, and then you could long from these lines here and then short the market down back to these trend lines or Fibonacci's, and then long and then short again. And this was the short that I gave yesterday to come down. It went a little bit below and we're still here. So, and now this move to the downside may not yet be over, and it looks like this little mini move that we had just kind of over the weekend might be spoiled now if we don't come and get a nice higher high here and break above the 200 EMA on the daily. So that's what I would be looking for. And then that would also start and process the possible trend reversal on the daily time frame, because we want to trade the trend. The trend is your friend until the end, and then you start a new trend. Okay, we don't want to trade against the trend. So the money is to be made by buying these pumps and shorting it down to the dumps there, as you can see. So let's go to the daily time frame there. We saw that, and that's what we're looking for on the daily. Let's go over to the weekly time frame. Remember that what would constitute it being over for me on a historical point of view is, and we do have to move this up a little bit because it has moved just a touch, as has this 50-week here has moved up a touch. So the 50-week moving average historically, if there has been a full candle, a full weekly candle, but the whole body of the candle closed below that 50-week moving average, which is sitting at about 75,700, that has in the last two cycles, that has signaled the end of the bull run. So now we can come and wick below it. We can spend time below it, but we do not want to see a full candle open and close. Okay, so it's not going to happen this week because we're above it. So we can't have an open and close there. But of course, again, a lot of people are talking about this 75 down to 69,000 area. And look, I've got orders stacked in there as well. But it just feels like to me, so many people are saying we're going there. Maybe we just don't go there. That doesn't mean that we can't have some downside from here. And that's what I was saying, because if you go to the daily time frame, you could still on the daily put in a higher low, and you could come all the way down to $78,000. You could come all the way down to $77,000 and not make a lower low. And then we do not want to take out that wick there, and that wick there at about 76,600. So that's what we'll be looking for. If we take out that 76,600, then the likelihood of us, now we're putting in a lower low, and the likelihood of it breaking down below the 50-week moving average at 75,700 or so and going down to that 73 level becomes a lot more probable there. Let's quickly look at our liquidation heat map. We're going to follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And there is a lot of downside there. At 81,000, there are a lot of shorts to be, a lot of longs to be liquidated there, and to the upside. I think it's a coin flip there, which way the market makers could move it down to that 81,000 level or up to the 85 to $86,000 level. We already saw them go up and liquidate there. Remember, that is that whale that opened up that position over the weekend. I did share about that in the Discord, that would get lit. That keeps adding margin to their position here. Again, to the upside, 85,000, and to the downside, you're seeing here on the weekly time frame, 79 and 78,000. There again, we come down and make that higher low. And so that could be on the cards that we come down first, we make that higher low, and then we go up to that 85 level, and maybe we come up to the 85 level and then come down and make that higher low there. Or maybe we just keep going down further, because if we look on the monthly time frame, there is a lot more liquidity to the upside there at 95, 100,000. We've looked at that. But the 6-month one is the one I'm really keeping an eye on, because the downside there are billions of dollars to the downside there from 75 to 73,000. And then again, billions of dollars from 100,000 to 110,000. I do think before this bull run is over, both of those areas are going to get tagged, and that liquidity is going to get tagged there. All right, well, that's it for today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.